Good afternoon, everybody. Leith Davis. I'm Leith Davis. I'm the director of the Center for Scottish Studies at Simon Fraser University. And we are here today to present to you some of our research that we've been doing. We are partnering with the National Library of Scotland, and we have digitized and we are analyzing a Jacobite manuscript from the 18th century. We are taking sections of that today, and we are presenting our research about Jacobite women of the 1745. So I'm thrilled to have three of the team members here. I'd like to introduce you to Emma Trotter, Shauna Irani, and Julianna Wagner. And double thrill, we also have some musicians, so it's not just going to be sections from the manuscript, but we're going to complement what we're presenting with some music from our terrific friends Robert McGregor on the octave mandolin there, Sheila Allan on the fiddle, and Scott Alpen, who's playing the boran. So before we launch into talking about our manuscript, I'd like to just give you a little bit of background to situate you in the Jacobite Rising of 1745. For those of you who haven't fact-checked Outlander, this is a little bit of the history here. Now, this 1745 Rising was part of an ongoing series of attempts by the Jacobites to restore the Stuarts to the crowns of England, Scotland, and Ireland. And this particular rising in 1745 happened when Charles Edward Stuart, or otherwise known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, made his way to a tiny island of Eriskay up in the Hebrides in Scotland. He landed there with 7 of his companions, and over the course of the next month, he amassed a huge army. He took Perth, and then they marched into Edinburgh without any kind of violence at all. From there, they had a stupendous victory at Prestonpans, and all was looking good for the Jacobites when they started marching south to London. The idea was to march down to London and to take the throne. They got as far as Derby, which is about 120 miles away from London, and there was panic in the streets of London. They really thought that this was going to be an army marching into the capital. At Derby, however, something happened, and we're not exactly sure what. We hear different accounts about it, but there seems to have been some disagreement with the advisors. In any event, the Jacobites turned back at Derby, and they retreated to Scotland. On April 16th, 1746, the Jacobite army met the British troops, the government troops, Hanoverian troops, at the Battle of Coquitlam. The battle lasted less than an hour, and it was a rout for the Jacobites, terrible rout. And what was worse was the brutality afterwards of the government